Hello, so this is a little bit of a longer video on health myths. So myth number one is the best indicator of intensity level is the heart rate monitor. Speaking of all the fun gadgets on the cardio machines, the heart rate tracker is a favorite. While your heart rate is an important indicator of how intense your workout is, you might not want to put your faith in what the machine tells you. The finger pulse is not as accurate as an arterial pulse, so only use the machine heart rate reading as a guide. Says Megan Callahan, an NASM certified personal trainer, USA cycling coach and fitness instructor. If you want a true indicator of your heart rate intensity, wear a heart rate monitor that straps around your chest. Egg yolks are bad for you. The delicious yellow center of the eggs get a bad rap for health reports, said Masfika Alam, a doctor with an online health consultation eye clinic, who urges that we reconsider the belief that egg yolks can cause heart disease or arteriosclerosis due to its bad cholesterol. Maybe because people only got to know the health benefits of egg yolk only recently. But egg yolk is recommended for everyone unless allergic, even people with heart disease, as it is loaded with HDL, which is a good cholesterol, and actually counteracts the effect of bad cholesterol. Hence, one egg a day for everyone, unless allergic, at least 5 days a week, is a good thing. Cholesterol is bad. Cholesterol in general tends to get a bad rap. While cholesterol is an actual molecule, what it is bound to while it's floating around your blood is what's more important than just how much of it there is overall, clarifies Lynn Wadesworth. The overall amount of cholesterol in your blood, aka total cholesterol, isn't nearly as important as how much of each kind you have in your blood. While way too much LDL cholesterol as compared to HDL may be associated with an increased risk of heart disease, it is absolutely not the only thing to consider for heart health. Starving yourself can be effective for weight loss. The starvation diet, significantly cutting down the number of calories you consume in a day, may seem like an effective strategy for losing lots of pounds quickly, but in fact, a radical shift in your eating can lead to the opposite result. Eating too little or starving yourself is a very bad idea, and it actually leads to rebound weight gain. This has been a common notion among young teenage girls for a long time. Eat a balanced out, low-calorie diet that will help you lose weight. Coffee can stunt childhood development. After numerous studies, no conclusive findings have been made to suggest a relation between coffee consumption and impaired growth, says Kristen Skeeney, a nutrition expert with CCS Medical. The basis of this myth stems from the idea that caffeine in coffee can be a cause of osteoporosis, a vitamin D deficiency that makes the bones fragile. She emphasizes that findings show that even in the event that caffeine does have some effect, it would be relatively insignificant and could be stymied by maintaining regular calcium consumption. That's not to say kids should start doubting this stuff. The caffeine would still have them bouncing off the walls, but it's not going to stunt their growth. Carrots give you night vision. It would be awesome if it was true, but while carrots are good for your sight, they aren't that good. This myth may have grown from some World War II polyops, false information about how Ally pilots managed to shoot down enemies at night, was distributed to prevent German forces from finding out that new radar technology had been adopted. So I get something stuck in my teeth. The benefits of carrots came in the form of carotene, which the body uses to make vitamin A. Vitamin A enables the eye to convert light into a signal that can be sent to the brain, allowing for overall improved vision in setting with reduced light. The only catch is that vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means it needs to be consumed with fat to allow for absorption, and for true health benefits to be felt. Most studies have found ingesting vitamin A supplements have proven to be more effective than that of just consuming large amounts of carrots. Cracking knuckles leads to arthritis. Cracking your knuckles may be super annoying. It may result in people not wanting to sit near you for a prolonged period, but it's not going to give you early onset arthritis, as some might have you believe. This old wives' tale comes from early speculation used before there was a better understanding of what exactly happens when one cracks their knuckles. The crack is simply the popping of bubbles in the fluid that lubricates the hands, known as synovial fluid. While this practice does not cause arthritis, it does have some negative consequences, as it has been found that it can lead to reduced grip strength and swelling in the hands. Addiction is a choice. There are no shortage of stories and TV movies out there about the addict hitting bottom and turning his life around with sheer willpower, or because he has the right to motivation. But these narratives often simplify what is a very complicated process and see addiction as a choice, just as the person hooked on painkillers or alcohol was able to choose to start taking the substance in the first place. It follows that they can choose to quit, but this is based on faulty logic. Although it is true the majority of people choose to use a substance initially, no one would ever choose addiction for themselves. Addiction is an all-encompassing issue that eventually consumes the individual. Over time, continued substance use begins to change the way a person's brain functions, making addiction inevitable and devastating. Once the brain has changed, it is compelled to get more and use more of the substance, no matter what or who stands in their way. Okay, so we have here, addiction affects everyone in the same way. While we often hear how certain substances are more addictive than others, it might actually be more useful to think of the user as more addictable than other users. Certain people can be more predisposed to addiction than others. Many people who use a drug will not become addicted along the way, while others will. The difference is a person's predisposition to the condition, their family history, mental health issues, medical issues, and heredity. And other factors all play a role in determining someone's tendency towards addiction. Bottled water is better for you than tap. Bottled water companies may promote a health benefit of its products, and conspiracy theorists will warn you of the fluoride the government adds to the tap water. But the fact is that, excluding the occasional disaster like that in Flint, Michigan, tap water in most municipalities is totally healthy. So most of the tap water there actually is quite safe and is palatable. It can be taken directly from the tap. It often contains the useful minerals, magnesium and calcium. So he adds that when you take a step back, bottled water is actually far less healthy for the world than tap water because of plastic bottles are made from petroleum. Energy is required to manufacture the bottles and run the bottling and refrigeration machines. It also requires fuel, typically petrodiesel, to transport the bottles to the place where you buy them. These combined energy costs are the oil equivalent of about 1/4 the volume of each bottle, and 1,000 times greater than the energy cost to pump, treat, and deliver tap water. This explains why bottled water is far more expensive and wasteful than tap water.